Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of Dalescenter Halloween weekend. Happy Halloween. We're extending it from Thursday on through the weekend. Here from Martinsville, the XFINITY 500 on Sunday afternoon. I'm recording this as qualifying is wrapping up. I've got money in qualifying, so I'm sweating it out as they're showing Denny Hamlin's repairing or unrepaired car. They're working on it, so that'll be interesting. Denny Hamlin crashed in practice. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, they're keeping that car. They've tested it through like the inspection, scanning, whatever it is that they did to ensure that there wasn't a lot of movement after Hamlin crashed. Mainly only damaged the rear end of the car. That's what they're replacing right now. I will be betting on Denny Hamlin. That is the one thing I feel uncertain about. If you've come here and you've known already that this has happened in practice, the one thing I feel uncertain about is where the books are going to price Denny Hamlin starting dead last with a good race car. Hopefully they get everything repaired properly. We've got more tire fall off than we have in the past at Martinsville with the new tire. Same right side tire as Richmond, left side tire is even softer. Once again, not what I hoped. I think it's about, a second and a half fall off over 50 laps. Now, when you consider the stages on Sunday, when you consider that we're going to be racing, I think the stages go 130, 130, 240. We only did like 50 laps probably for, at most for a team. So, at least on one run, because they got one set of tires, they got to change and come back out and be way faster, but not as much fall off as maybe some of us hoped to create exciting racing. So, while I said throughout the week, I feel like this is going to be kind of a nothing burger on the tire situation, maybe slightly better than a nothing burger. So, I think with the Xfinity race, they're going to put more rubber down. The track should be nice and rubbered up ahead of Sunday. Maybe that makes a big difference. But we got practice lap averages to look at, and I think they are indicative of who is going to be fast and who isn't. So as qualifying is still going on right now, a couple bets that I laid down. One that I feel bad about, but I still like post-qualifying. Bubba Wallace did not make the top 10. I bet his top 10. I bet his top 5. I bet his top 3. And I hate that I did that before because I expected them to qualify way better. I think they're going to start like 18th to 20th. I like the bet now. Way better than I liked it when I got it. So I think if you look at the data, last 4 races at Martinsville, Bubba Wallace 11th or better with 3 top 10s. So Bubba's been good here. I just kind of hate that they don't have the track position I expected them to have, because now you're going to get some closing line value. You're going to get a better top 10 price, a better top 5 price, and probably a better top 3 price as well. I would bet all of those for Bubba Wallace. They've been very, very good here. Kind of middle of the pack on lap averages, but from what I've seen out of this team at this racetrack over the past couple years, they've been good enough to run top 10. So at the very least, bet Bubba Wallace for top 10. I think that's a good bet. Now, digging further, let's talk about your playoff guys. Chase Elliott clearly has good short run speed. Denny Hamlin, that car, if it's repaired properly, has good short run speed. Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney have good long run speed. Truex, good long run speed. I think even Denny Hamlin, if the car is repaired properly, has a very good long run car. So, who's the name that I'm missing here? Well, I'm missing William Byron. According to lap averages, even if he qualifies super well, not confident in that race car. This week I've kind of stuck with the idea. William Byron has been very inconsistent at the short tracks. Rocky, stop chewing. Hey, stop it. You hear me? Hey, stop it. No, you're making it worse. Stop it. No. You hear me? Stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Hey. No. Stop chewing. No. You're making it worse. Stop it. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. He's got bad allergies. Okay. The two names I missed out of that little explanation, Kyle Larson and William Byron. I think William Byron does not have a good long run car. He's going to have track position. He might win the pole. Final round of qualifying is happening as I'm telling you this. I hope Truex or Elliott wins it because that's who I've got money on. But William Byron looks like he's going to have good track position. I think over a long run, they have the weakest race car out of anybody who needs to win to get in. And on the opposite end, I'll go and tell you right now, Kyle Larson. He's got the best long run car. Remember, guys, don't freak out over a 10-lap average. You always see Bob Pockrass. After practice, he posts the lap times, and then he posts your 10-lap average. And everybody's like, 10-lap average, boom, that's the best car. That's just not true at least half of the time because, and especially at a track like Martinsville, remember the stage breakdown. We're going to run 130 laps, another 130, and then the final stage is going to be 240 laps. You cannot simulate that in practice. But from what I've seen and what has helped me over the past few weeks, if you've seen, these Dalescenters have typically been after practice, and we have been lights out on NASCAR bets. Our one mess up or one fucking unlucky whatever crapshoot was Talladega when we've had second and third and a 3-wide finish. Everything else, almost everything else in the playoffs, we've been lights out because I've trusted a few things in the lap average data. And the reason why I'm going to tell you why Kyle Larson has the best car in the field. Look at your 5-lap average, all right? Pull out your phone, get on your desktop or your laptop and look at the NASCAR website or the NASCAR app. Look at your 5-lap average. Yeah, Chase Elliott has the best 5-lap average at essentially a 20 flat. Go down to P20 on the dot. P20, Kyle Larson at a 20.2. Well, you're going to say, well, not very fast. Maybe the car doesn't fire off super well. That seems to be true. 10-lap average, Kyle Larson, P16. And you're like, they don't have it this weekend. Wrong. Let me explain. His 5-lap average is a 20.219. Okay? Now let's compare Christopher Bell, who's at a 20.09 5-lap average. And then Bell has the best 30-lap average. Remember, we had an extended practice today. Guys had the opportunity to run a lot more laps than they typically can in the limited practice sessions we get most of the time. Christopher Bell's 30-lap average is a 20.43. And then you see Ryan Blaney, good long-run car. Truex, good long-run car. Guess who's P4? Kyle Larson at a 20.45. We're talking about a difference in the 30-lap average of 0.02 of a second here. Not even that. But that's not the kicker. The kicker here is that Christopher Bell from the 5-lap average to the 30-lap average fell off right around 3.5 of a second. Or I'm sorry, 3.5 of a second. No, that's right. 3.5. My bad. 3.5 of a second in a 30-lap run. And he's got the top average. While Kyle Larson from lap 5 to lap 30 fell off just under 2.5 of a second. There's no one else on this list other than that's fast. Let's just say top 10. Carson Hocevar. He did not qualify well. All the Spire cars did not qualify well at all. Carson Hocevar is right there with Larson on great fall off. So if you compare the level of fall off, from what I've looked at, what I've gathered, the two cars to beat are Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. That is what I think. Ryan Blaney did not qualify well. Track position has not been a big thing here, at least from qualifying effort. I think in the Gen 7 era, most of the races have been won outside of the top 10, which is crazy considering it's a track where it's talked about how impossible to pass it is because of no tire fall off, shifting, junk, flawed race car at a short track, essentially. But I'm not worried. Ryan Blaney, I think, qualified outside the top 10 in this race last year. He went on to win the race. Had an unbelievable car. So, from what I gathered right there, I didn't go over Blaney's exact fall off, but I think it was around 2.8 of a second. 0.2, 8/100, whatever you want to call that. We're going to call it 0.28 versus Christopher Bell's 0.4. Kyle Larson's 0.24 fall off. So think about that. That is only over 30 laps of a run. Imagine what that's going to be. That's going to compound when we get to a 240 lap run at the end of this race. I'm telling you right now, the two best cars in the field, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney. We're going to have some opportunities here. Now, I've already bet Kyle Larson 5-1. I'm going to think he's not going to shift. I'm going to think they're going to look at practice and they're going to be attentive of the fact that he's got a good long run car. I think the best case scenario, you get Kyle Larson at 6-1, which I would take. I'd take 5-1. I'd take 4-1. I just feel like he's got the best car. So I feel like whatever price they give, which you're not going to get lower than 3-1, because you've got playoff guys that have outqualified him. Well, actually, he is in the top 10, so we'll see. But I think Kyle Larson, you're still going to be able to get it a 5-1, 6-1 price. So don't sweat that. Bet it when it drops. Ryan Blaney, he opened around 6-1. I think similarly, you're going to see 6-1, 8-1 range on Ryan Blaney. I think maybe there's going to be a bias towards Hendrick, and you've got Christopher Bell looking good, even though he didn't qualify well either. So I don't think you're going to see drastic movement, is probably how I should sum this up. I think your two big pieces of drastic movement versus where lines opened, Martin Truex opened around 18-1 range. I think that's going to be cut to about 12-1. I think Chase Elliott, I got it plus 850. You know, he's around that 8-1 range. I think that's going to be cut to 5-6-1 range. You're not going to see big differences, but I think if we're talking about the playoff guys, you know, I think Elliott's going to come down. Byron's going to come down because he qualified well, even though I don't think his car is very good. I'm not betting on William Byron. If I lose, I'll lose. I just don't think they've got the car. I really don't. And then Christopher Bell is going to be interesting because he did not qualify well. I don't know where exactly he's going to start. Oh, Elliott barely beat Briscoe, thank God. Okay. I'm still watching qualifying. Man, Briscoe's right there. I got Elliott or Truex for the pole, so I'm really sweating this right now. Okay, we're going to survive Briscoe at least. All right, good start. Christopher Bell is going to be interesting because he's a guy that, when you talk about the playoff situation, he's got a big point cushion. I just feel like, you know, they don't have to win, but they've clearly got a good car. They've got a top 5 car in lap averages, according to the data. Now, more fall off than Larson, more fall off than Blaney, and that's what I'm paying attention to more than anything. You can also say the same thing about Truex. You know, Truex lit up the board after he came down and got a new set of tires and some adjustments. He's got a good car, and he might win the pole. So, like I said, he's going to come down. But as the run goes on, there's nobody better in the field than Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney, according to this time, according to the lap averages. I think when we get to 200 laps in a run, you're going to see the difference on Sunday. So, basically, to sum up everything, I'm betting on Larson, I'm betting on Blaney, and I'm going to bet on Hamlin because I think you're going to get a good price. I think they're still going to be strict. You're going to see the prices reload, and you're going to think, damn, that's kind of a ripoff still because he's starting dead last. And to me, 10-1 is where it's going to reopen for Denny Hamlin. They're just going to be too strict. They're going to be too stubborn on the playoff drivers to give that up to more than 15-1 or better. So 10-1 Denny Hamlin, 12-1 Denny Hamlin. I don't have great live bet capabilities. It's a pain in the ass for me to live bet. So maybe you say that's too expensive. I'm going to wait for the race to start unfolding. And let's say we get to the end of stage 1 and Denny's still outside the top 20. Hell, maybe he gets lapped. If he gets lapped, first car 1 lap down, gets a lucky dog, you know, while that's all unfolding, maybe you get a better price than what you're going to get pre-race. So another option for Denny Hamlin, if you feel like, hey, that car is good, they're going to repair it. That's a good sign instead of going to the backup car. So they're still going to have the speed that they had in practice. Maybe wait till we see a green flag. Maybe just wait and see what happens in the race. And knowing he's got no track position, knowing he's in a deficit, knowing he could get lapped, maybe take a shot then, because maybe you get 15 to 1, 20 to 1 as the race is actually happening in mid-late stage 1, early stage 2. For me, I'm expecting 10 to 1 range, 12 to 1 range, and I'm probably going to take that. Denny Hamlin has been so good here. Larson. Yes, he didn't get it. Lap 1. But he's still... Oh! He's definitely not going to get it now. Yes, okay. We need Larson to not qualify well to get any opportunity we can on a slightly better price. I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to end up... He ran an 80? He's going to be at the end of the top. He's going to be 7th, 8th range, I think. 7th through 10th is where he's going to be, I think. Anyway, so that's my spill there. Sum up everything again for like the 4th time because I'm distracted, obviously. Kyle Larson. I don't care what the price is. I'm betting it. Ryan Blaney. I think he's got the 2nd best car in the field. I'm betting it. I think you're going to get 5 to 1, 6 to 1 range for both of those guys. If not better for someone like Ryan Blaney. Is Bowman really going to come out here and fucking beat Elliott? Nope. Yes, he is. Fuck. You gotta be kidding me. Fucking Alex, bro. Okay. All right, well, we have to have Truex win now. That's a pretty terrible position to be in. Have to rely on Martin Truex Jr. to win the poll. Okay, that's what I got on Cup. I'm betting on Blaney, Larson, Hamlin. Everything else I have currently. Check out the link to the Action Network below. You'll see all my Cup bets. I'm on Bubba Wallace for top 10, top 5, top 3. You're going to get better prices on all those because he didn't qualify super well, but I think they'll run fine in the race. And then I bet a little bit on Josh Berry. I think he's going to qualify. I think he qualified 11th or 12th, 13th. He's right outside the top 10. He's got good track position. Stuart Haas has been good here. Shit, they put 2 SHR cars in the top 10 in qualifying. Josh Berry, good short track guy. First ever NASCAR National Series win came at Martinsville. You're going to see 40 to 1, maybe 50 to 1 range. I got 41 to 1 via FanDuel. So, Josh Berry, I got that as well. Let's talk about Xfinity real quick. I should have opened with Xfinity. That was a mistake. I've already got everything placed for Xfinity. Gibbs on the poll now. Provisional poll. Xfinity. This is always a crazy race. And you're probably going to miss this by the time we go, by the time you turn this on, Xfinity is probably going to be over. Most of the views are going to come through on Sunday morning. That's fine. But Xfinity card is going to be posted everywhere. If you're in a part of our community, follow me on social media. You cannot miss it. Crazy race. This isn't a good opportunity, or I think, to hammer like a top 5 or a top 3. It's just not worth it to me. If you go back and watch what happened last year, year before, bumpers being used, last lap shakeups. I mean, it's been complete chaos at this racetrack, especially in the fall, right? We saw it with the truck race already. If you were a Taylor Gray better, like I was, pain, even though I had Christian Eckes, it was fine. But I've been betting on Taylor Gray all year long. So, I wanted that win. Now, when we talk about Xfinity, I'm betting on 5 guys to win. Chandler Smith, Sammy Smith, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Jesse Love. I'm taking all the playoff guys that need to win. Justin Allgaier's got like a 35-point advantage. Doesn't have to win. Now, Cole Custer is a guy. Does have to win. Does have to win because he's 4th in the top 4 right now. So if someone wins, he's out. Unless he outpoints Justin Allgaier, which is also possible. So, all right, hold on. Truex is... This is unbelievable. My free preview expires in 10 seconds. So I'm not even going to be able to see the lap. Come on, Truex. Unbelievable. The free preview expired. Literally as he went into turn 3. Someone tell me he got it. Someone tell me he got it. Yes! Yes! Let's go, baby. Come on. We're 2 for 2 this week. I know you don't give a fuck because you're here for more bets. But you just sweat that out with me indirectly. Truex, 9-1 to win the poll. God, all right. Hell yeah. We had Eckes last night. We had I should have made a parlay. I said this last week before, with the sweeps. Should have made a parlay. Truex, if this is it, thank you, Martin Truex. If this is it, all the pain we've been through together on the sports betting side, I will free you from prison just from that. Please don't win, though, because I already made the deal on Twitter that I would cut off my mullet if Truex went to victory lane before the end of 2024. So, as I said earlier in the program, before qualifying was even over, your Truex price is going to be cut very, very steep. 19, 18 to 1 range, you're going to see 10 to 1, 12 to 1 range. If not, now that he's on the pole, you might see 6 to 8 to 1, depending on the book. So, whew, good sweat. Fuck yeah. Another win. Another win if you're in the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. One more time for Xfinity. I got sidetracked. We were sweating that out. I'm going to close my laptop now. Chandler Smith, 2 units at plus 350. I haven't seen a better price on that. Joe Gibbs Racing has been lights out at Martinsville over the past, since we've come back to Martinsville in the Xfinity Series full-time since 1994. We came here in 06 one time. That race was won by Kevin Harvick. Since 2021, I believe, we've been at Martinsville in the Xfinity Series. Chevy or Toyota, Junior Motorsports, or Joe Gibbs Racing have won every single race. Eric Almirola won earlier this year. Kind of moved his teammate Chandler Smith out of the way to win. Chandler Smith had a great car, top 3 car. I expect that again today with Chandler Smith. 2 units. He's basically in a must-win situation. I'd be shocked if he wasn't a top 2 car all day today. That's my biggest bet. I'm putting 2 units on Chandler Smith. Once again, only give me the outright. I don't want top 3s. I don't want top 5s because you're risking so much. And with the late race drama we've seen at Martinsville over the years, it could just fall apart in a heartbeat in the last 20 to 30 laps. Really, in the last 5 laps. But Chandler Smith plus 350 outright. I'm on it. It is the chalk. We took the chalk with Christian Eckes last night. It worked out. Sammy Smith, car looks good in practice. If you look at lap averages, good on the short run, amazing on the long run. I mean, he's got, according to the data, a great long run car with little fall off as the run progresses. So, Sammy Smith, 9-1 via DraftKings Sportsbook. I did it. Sheldon Creed, I'm running out of opportunities to bet on Sheldon Creed as he wraps up his stint as a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota driver. 12-1. Maybe the irony of what happened last year, kind of roughed up his teammate. Was hated by RCR. Neither one of them won. It'd be kind of ironic if he robbed his teammate, Chandler Smith, of a championship berth by getting his first win. I kind of like the superstition, the narrative play there. Would be kind of funny. And Sheldon Creed's been really good at Martinsville and other equipment. So 12-1. I'm going to take a shot at Sheldon Creed. Sam Mayer. I got 2 Sam Mayer bets for you. One, outright, 12-1. I'm on it. And then 50-1. I want to see if this is still available because I hadn't bet it. And I'm not a big futures guy, but this is a recommendation. NASCAR Xfinity Futures on DraftKings Sportsbook. Sam Mayer, 50-1 to win the championship. Guys, if Sam Mayer wins at Martinsville, which he very, very easily can do, finish second here in the spring, has had some other close opportunities to win. Sam Mayer, 50-1 to win the title. If he wins Martinsville, his price to win the championship next week at Phoenix, because that will advance them into the Final Four, the championship four. His price to win the championship at Phoenix will be like 5-1, 4-1. You have to bet that. I'm sorry, you have to. Now, you're probably sitting here saying, "Well, you have Sammy Smith to win too." I don't see Sammy Smith having the speed at Phoenix. I just don't see it. But he's 65-1 to win the championship. Sam Mayer, Sammy Smith. If you're betting on them to win the race today, hey, might as well throw a little sprinkle on their futures to win the championship, because if they go out here and win Martinsville on Saturday, price will be cut tremendously. Just a heads up there. So I'm betting on all your playoff guys that need to win, basically. I got Chandler Smith, Sammy Smith, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, and I did bet on Jesse Love as well. His car seems to be pretty good. He's in a must-win situation. We saw RCR basically, should have run 1-2 here last year in this race. So Jesse Love, aggressive driver, do what it takes. He's already won this year. Jesse Love, 16-1, I think is worth a bet too. And I took one flyer bet, small bet. Josh Williams, top 5, good short track racer. Car has not been very good this year. Maybe drivers made some mistakes too, but he kind of looks like me, and I like that. So Josh Williams, 40-1 for a top 5, just a flyer, 40-1. Put a penny on it, So got a little bit of everything there for Xfinity. Should have opened the program with that. Sorry about that. If you got here late, sorry, whatever. Back to the Cup race, the Xfinity 500. We are doing a watch party. I'll be doing a watch party for both, but you're probably not going to see this in time for Xfinity. Watch party Sunday afternoon on kick.com/daletanhardt. Come sweat bets. Sweat the penultimate championship race with me for the Xfinity 500. Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin. And we're going to think about a bet on someone like Truex. Don't want to cut the mullet off. I don't know. Price may not be worth it. Kyle Larson's got the best car. Blaney's got the second best car. That's my emphasis here. Look at the lap averages. Compare the data. Long run speed. You just see that 5 and that 12 just start oozing their way to the top of the board. So consider that. Everything else I said. Happy Halloween. It's Rusty Wallace, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't you miss when they made shirts like this that were, parallel to blockbuster movies in the 90s? What a time. What a time. I don't know how we could ever get back to that. I don't think we will. But still, I hope you guys had a phenomenal Halloween. An even better Halloween weekend. Profitable betting weekend. If you followed me, you've already won a lot. Honestly, I'm just being real. You've already cleared probably 8 or 9 units if you've tailed my cards for trucks and qualifying. We're going to keep it up for Xfinity. We're going to keep it up for Cup. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. If I help you win money, please be sure. Like, subscribe, share. Here on YouTube at Dale Tanhardt. Everywhere else on Dale Tanhardt. All my links are in the description. Click those links if you want to see my full comprehensive betting cards for the rest of 2024 and, leading into 2025 as well. So thanks again, guys. Happy Halloween. Hope you enjoyed the racing this weekend. Should be a lot of fun.